Today, we're going to go over a manhwa that I love, that has a pretty dark concept that's executed well called SSS Class Revival Hunter. We only get 3 minutes. Start. SSS Class Revival Hunter revolves around Kim Gongja, an absolute nobody. Now, the story starts 11 years in the future, where Kim Gongja is that nobody who is so jealous of the #1 hunter who climbs the tower, the Flame Emperor. He's so jealous. He wants the attention. He wants the power. That the tower grants him the ability that if someone kills him, he can copy one of their abilities. Now, the problem with that, which you probably heard, is they have to kill him, which means he can't use the ability. But coincidentally, later he gets murdered by that same Flame Emperor who turns out to be a horrible person. And the Flame Emperor grabs his neck, lights him ablaze, and he copies the Flame Emperor's ability. That when he dies, he goes back in time 24 hours. Now, to get revenge on the Flame Emperor, because he knows he can't beat him at the current moment where he's the strongest, he unalives himself over 4,000 times to go back in time 11 years to the very beginning of when the Flame Emperor entered the tower, from when he was a nobody. And he kills the Flame Emperor. Now, with this new ability to go back in time and to copy abilities, he copies the ability of the Sword Saint. He gets the Sword Saint to kill him, and he copies his ability of the Sword Emperor. And the Sword Emperor is a ghost of this amazing martial artist, the strongest you can ever imagine. And he becomes his pseudo-master, that only he can see the Sword Emperor. And he becomes his master, teaches him to fight and aura. And the Sword Emperor notes that the greatest advantage he has as a warrior is not his talent in fighting. He has absolutely zero. His greatest advantage is that through unaliving himself over 4,000 times, he conquered the fear of death. Which means no matter what scenario he is in, if it goes off the rails, if someone else gets hurt, if someone else dies, he has no hesitation to unalive himself to create the perfect scenario where no one dies and everyone is happy. Because that's what his goal changes to, from attention to recognition, as he's a good person who wants to save everybody. And through this, he even gets killed by a demon lord who is attacking a demon king who is attacking an entire kingdom, and learns the ability that he can conjure a monster based on the people he's killed, on the number of people he's killed. Now, you might think that's just two, him and the Flame Emperor, but he killed himself over 4,000 times, which means he summons an army of over 4,000 skeletons, and later gains a master and worships this master as someone, and unalives himself hundreds of times to create a satisfying ending for this master, becomes the leader of the demonic cult, and now can summon all the people of the demonic cult that he killed. Later, he meets a lover who he falls in love with, and to create the scenario and save her heart, he unalives himself hundreds of times for the perfect scenario, because that is who he is. He is someone with no fear of death that will do anything to get the perfect ending. Looks like we're out of time. Thank you very much for stopping by. Check out SSS Class Revival Hunter. It has another name as well, but if you know that other name, you know why I'm not saying it. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day.